It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's show time, the Geno Jones Show time. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, create a viral moment right here on YouTube, create a YouTube Shorts, get a video clip, take a clip of a video or the show that's live. When I finish, after my live broadcast, the show is automatically on my page, on my YouTube page, so it's already recorded. As a matter of fact, it's being recorded live in real time. So you can take a clip and create a viral moment, put it up on whatever your social media platform is. Once again, me and you, unless it's a holiday, live right here on the Geno Jones YouTube channel, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the left side, west side. So let me start off today's show with congratulations on my radio show I call Wednesday. We call Wednesdays Working Divas Wednesdays, where we salute the working divas. As a matter of fact, I salute the sisters. I salute the working divas every day on the TV show, on this show right here. But Beyonce, congratulations. Beyonce breaking records again. So last week I told you, so on Apple Music's country music chart, Beyonce's two new country songs, Texas Hold'em, and 16 Carriages. They debuted number one, number two, the number one and the number two country song on Apple Music's charts. Now, Beyonce just broke another record. Billboard, the Billboard Country Music Charts, Beyonce's single, her country single, Texas Hold'em, debuted at number one. The first time that a black woman has ever debuted, had a single, a country music song, debut at number one on the country music charts. Go on, Beyonce, with your bad self. And shout out to Mama Tina. Tina knows, who on social media had to check some folks and explain to them that, oh, by the way, you know, we are from the South. We're from Texas, from Houston. So our family, we have roots in country music. You got black cowboys and black cowgirls. Y'all, all you MAGA cult member racists out there, y'all do understand that, right? As a matter of fact, black cowboys have existed since cowboys existed in America. Oh, and by the way, I hate to break this to you again about country music. Country music's roots, its origins are from Africa. You know that banjo that you've heard throughout so many country music songs for so many years, the banjo specifically, the fiddle too, but the banjo, you do understand, that banjo, that is not an instrument, that is not a musical instrument that was created here in America when they didn't make it in Nashville or Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana or Tennessee or Kentucky. No, not even in Texas. The banjo was brought over from West Africa with our enslaved ancestors. So as a matter of fact, those same enslaved ancestors brought that banjo, as it's called now, over from West Africa, and they would play it and sing songs, dealing with just the horrors of being enslaved. And out of the singing that our enslaved ancestors would do with this banjo came blues music, and country music. As a matter of fact, it wasn't really until 1920 that, like the record industry back in the day, they decided to kind of segregate that chart and create this country music chart, but they would only put white artists who would perform country songs on the country music charts. So you had black artists that were singing country music and playing country music, quote unquote. That's where it originated from. But they weren't considered country music because they wanted to market it to poor white Americans. So that's really how the modern day country music chart and how it's been associated or have the history on how country music has been stereotypically associated primarily with like poor, rural, and not so poor or blue collar, working class white Americans, primarily in the South. But they actually got it from the enslaved Africans, that form of music. Now I know some of y'all say, oh, Geno, you're crazy. You're just racist and black folks didn't. You don't have to take my word for it. You can Google it. You can find out for yourself if you want to find the truth. Now, you may want to ban that too because you don't want to know the truth, but that's a you problem. And I will never allow a you problem to become a me problem. Today in Black History, it is still February Black History Month, but every day is Black History Month right here on the Geno Jones Show. So congratulations. Big shout out to Beyonce. By the way, her new album, Renaissance, I think it's the next act. But so she did the first Renaissance album, and that was basically like house music. So this like next chapter of Renaissance is going to be, from what I've been told, it's going to be primarily, if not all, country music songs. Primarily country music songs, and I say, why not? Now, y'all will probably mess around, y'all being the folks who vote on the Grammys. Well, I don't know, though. If she couldn't even get like album of the year for like R&B pop album, woo, wouldn't that be something, though? If she finally was voted, if Beyonce finally won the album of the year for releasing a country music album, oh man, the MAGA cult members, their head would explode. Good. That's what you get for being racist and ignorant and hateful and bigoted and misogynist and sexist. So shout out Beyonce, congratulations. Do your thing, my sister. Continue to shake up the world. Muhammad Ali said, I changed the world. I changed the world. And speaking of heroes of mine, really, my grandfather was and still is. He was my personal hero. My sports hero for many years was Willie Mays, who's still living. Willie Mays he'll be, 90? He's in his 90s. I think in May, his birthday's in May too. I think he's going to be, for me, the greatest baseball player, period, full stop. Nope. Miss me with Babe Ruth? Nope. Now, I know folks in New York and some of these olds go, Babe Ruth, he could pitch and he could hit. And he played in an era where he didn't play against any of the great black or Afro-Latino ball players. And now you got ball players coming from, you got Shohei Ohtani, who's hitting and pitching. He's from Japan. You got major league players from all over the world. Wasn't like that back in the day in the 1920s. Mr. Babe Ruth was playing the mid-late 20s, early 30s. Nah, it wasn't like that. So, anyway, talking about Willie Mays, heroes, personal heroes. My grandfather, primarily, Conway Jones. Willie Mays was my sports hero. Muhammad Ali became my other sports hero. And after I read his autobiography, he became like my second personal hero. Nobody close to my grandfather still is. He is the one true hero in my life. But a man who I admired and I gave that esteemed hero status to was murdered, was assassinated on this day back in 1965. Malcolm Little, a.k.a. Malcolm X. was assassinated at the Audubon Theater in Harlem, New York City. So just wanted to acknowledge it. And his birthday, Malcolm X's birthday, one day before mine, May 19th. Mine was May 20th. So just wanted to acknowledge one of the great humans, one of the great men in humankind, Brother Malcolm X. Rest in peace, power, and paradise to you, my brother. So, celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Anjanae Ellis. So, did you see King Richard? So, the sister that played Orsine, that was Venus and Serena's mom. So, you had Will Smith played Richard Williams, and the sister that played Orsine Williams, Venus and Serena's mom, that was Anjanae Ellis. She was also in the movie Ray. She was also in the movie Undercover Brother. She was also in the movie The Help. So Anjanae Ellis is double nickel today. 55. Happy 55th birthday to Anjanae Ellis. Happy birthday to Jordan Peele. So the brother, he really became famous. Him and my man. So you had Key and Peele. Jordan Peele is half of that Key and Peele. They had a show on Comedy Central. Really funny show. Kind of quirky kind of humor. And so Jordan Peele became a director. Did a great job. As a matter of fact, he directed the movie Get Out, which was like crazy. Jordan Peele, 45 today, so happy birthday to Jordan Peele. Happy heavenly birthday to singer, songwriter, activist Nina Simone, born on this day in 1933. She joined the Ancestors back in 2003. And we were talking about heroes and icons, talking about Malcolm X. This man is an American hero, a civil rights hero, a civil rights icon. Happy heavenly birthday to John Lewis, civil rights icon. Literally, nearly got beaten to death just to fight for the rights for people that look like me and you, if you are an African American, to the right to vote. The march, the bridge, Selma, Alabama. You've seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie Selma, it's a great movie. Check it out. And you'll see a young John Lewis who got beaten to nearly with an inch of his life marching for voting rights for people in the state of Alabama and nationwide. So happy heavenly birthday to John Lewis, born on this day, 1940. He joined the Ancestors back in 2020. So all my Pisces celebrating a birthday out there, happy birthday to you. Now, from the what has Joe Biden done, what has President Joe Biden done for black people lately? Well, yesterday he reduced another $1.2 billion in student loan debt. So you've had over 4 million people. A significant number of those people are black Americans. Have their student loan debt either completely erased or dramatically reduced. $1.2 billion. And would have reduced more. But you know why he hasn't done that? Because the MAGA cult members who call themselves Republicans, because there is no more Republican Party. It is just a MAGA cult member. So when you say, well, what, President Biden hadn't done anything for black folks? Done wrong. Some of y'all that's saying that dumb shit got your student loans reduced or eliminated, and y'all still talking crazy. Some of you all have family members on Medicare, seniors who have diabetes, who have to take medicine for diabetes. Things like metformin and other forms of medicines that people take to control their blood sugar and their diabetes. They used to cost people $600, $700, $800 a month. Now, for those seniors, the cost of insulin has been capped, $35 a month. And here in America, African Americans proportionately based on the population, African Americans suffer from diabetes at higher rates in general than white Americans. So when you say, so if you're sitting around the barbershop and saying, President Biden hadn't done anything for black folks, and that, stop with the foolishness. And once again, I'm going to say it again, you got to understand, you're not even voting for, it's not even about President Biden or orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler. It is about a choice between your freedom and your oppression. Please understand that. I get it. Listen, what happened in Israel is horrible. October 7th, we had 1,200 innocent Israelis murdered by Hamas. Absolute, an act of terror, barbaric, evil. And Hamas and those leaders who are still living good in places like Qatar. So why Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu, and that white nationalist prime minister and those white nationalist, racist white nationalists that he has around him in his cabinet, why haven't they tried to really go after the leaders? They claim that they're trying to, eliminate Hamas. But what they have engaged in, yes, is genocide. And yes, you can support the people of Israel because the majority of people in Israel, they don't like Bibi Netanyahu. They're still protest saying, dude, you need to go. You can look at any poll in Israel. Haaretz, Google Haaretz, the Haaretz newspaper. It's one of the two main newspapers out of the state of Israel. Just Google it. And just look at Google Bibi Netanyahu opinion poll, Haaretz newspaper. The majority of people in Israel, they don't like this dude. And a significant number of Israelis do not approve of the way he has conducted this war. Yes, they're traumatized. They still have Israeli citizens. They are saying, please negotiate with Hamas to at least free our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, our parents, our grandparents. So the majority of people in Israel don't like this racist ass dude. This is their prime minister. And he got in on I and I alone can protect you. Who's that sound like? Orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler, a.k.a. Donald John jackass Trump. Come on. I'm going to keep it 1,000. So you can support the people of Israel and not support their racist prime minister and his cabinet. And support the tens of thousands of innocent women and children and men, babies that have been slaughtered. Because personally, I believe, my take is that because Bibi Netanyahu is an unabashed white nationalist. He don't even try to hide it. He does not like President Joe Biden. Now he likes the nearly $4 billion in aid that the U.S. government gives Israel. That didn't start with President Joe Biden. That started 70 plus years ago. Nearly 80 years ago. Back in 1948 when the state of Israel was formed, Great Britain and France and the United States got together with the United Nations and decided that we were going to create a homeland for the European Jews who's survivors of the Holocaust and that got displaced, who were in Eastern Europe. And it was a choice between that land that the state of Israel is on now, that was called Palestine, or Uganda. Oh yes, the state of Israel almost became, or Uganda, the country of Uganda, or the continent of Africa. Now that would have been hard to explain. Somehow, could have almost became the state of Israel. That's a whole crazy conversation right there. But those who sat around the UN, those who were in power, because Great Britain basically had colonized Palestine, which is now the state of Israel, if you look at it on the map now. But you can go to map 70, 80 years ago. The area that's called the state of Israel was called Palestine. So I digress, because I've talked about that many times. So you can support innocent Palestinian men, specifically the women and children. And that does not mean that you support Hamas. And anybody that says that if you support innocent Palestinian women and children, and you support their right to exist, just like you support the right for Israelis to exist, they both are part of the human race, and both the innocent Palestinian people and the Israeli people have a right to exist. Those two things can be true. So, and anyone tries to tell you, if you don't support the innocents, the slaughter, the genocide, the genocidal behavior of a racist prime minister, a white nationalist prime minister, the Jewish version of Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu, if you don't support him, then you're anti-Semitic. No bullshit. Done wrong. It just means you're on some bullshit. Because personally, I support humanity. And if I see humanity being inflicted on anybody, it's wrong. I don't care who it is. And I don't care who's doing it. Anyone who inflicts inhumanity on a group of people, even if they look like me, are wrong. And I'm going to call them out, and I'm going to call bullshit. So don't let people try to, like I said, don't let people's perception of you become your reality. But President Biden, Bibi Netanyahu, he wants you to lose. And he's not listening to you. And you're at a come to Jesus moment. Because now he's talking about going to the city Rafah and sending tanks. It's going to be even more of a slaughter. In the meantime, they even know where like the leaders of Hamas is. If you're that bad, take your ass over to Qatar. You got Mossad. You got so the state of Israel's version of the CIA is Mossad. They got Shin Bet and Mossad. It's like the CIA and the FBI. Well trained, like our CIA. Y'all know what the Hamas leaders are. And just like our CIA, Mossad and Shin Bet, they have a history of engaging in assassinations and propping up other governments, especially the CIA. So the bottom line is, President Biden, you're going to have to have a conversation. Well, you know what? Maybe not. You're going to have to say, listen, let's sit down. Supposedly there are talks between Hamas and this Israeli government, the U.S., Qatar, some other countries. Release those innocent men, women, and children who were hostages. Okay? Hamas, do the right thing. And Bibi Netanyahu, stop playing around with people's lives. President Biden, I know you know better than I do, but this dude, he wants you to lose. And he knows that a lot of your supporters feel that you have aided and embedded, or aided and, this is an aid and abet. You've aided and abetted this behavior. And you haven't. Bibi Netanyahu, he ain't listening to you. So you're going to have to make him, you had to get his attention. So you mess around if you want to and continue this. I think I saw a quote from President Biden the other day. I'm paraphrasing. He's like, this dude is like out of control with this thing. You've killed too many innocent Palestinians. And the Hamas leaders are still out there. So what are you really doing? Stop with the bullshit, Mr. Netanyahu. So President Biden, don't allow Bibi Netanyahu to cause you to lose this election, because that's what he wants to do, because Orange Jumpsuit Hitler is his boy. And for those who support the innocent people of Palestine, the Palestinians that have been a victim of this horror in the Middle East, there's a song, I'm going to paraphrase the song. Bobby Womack had a song, "If you think you're lonely now, if you think things are bad now, you let Orange Jumpsuit jackass Hitler get back in office." You don't think what's happening in Israel could happen here? The dude who on his first day in office enacted, put in place a Muslim ban, especially to my Palestinian brothers and sisters here in America. Be careful. I know you're not happy with Joe Biden, but just understand, this orange dude, he already instituted one Muslim ban. What do you think he's going to do? He's talking about sending even if you're not a Palestinian student, anyone that supports the innocent Palestinians, not Hamas, because they're totally two separate groups. Now, some people will try to BS you and tell you they're not. That's bullshit. And that's a racist statement. All Palestinians are not Hamas. All Palestinians do not believe that the Israelis, the Jews in Israel don't have a right to exist. Those are racist terrorists. Just like you got a racist prime minister, you got these racist terrorists that's running Hamas. And in the meantime, innocent people have died on both sides. But Netanyahu's just gotten crazy with it. Because you've had people in his own government talking about that they should just level Gaza, turn it into a parking lot, and then just kick those Palestinians out, let them go to Egypt or wherever. How you going to you can't kick these people off their land, just really. So, President Biden, you know foreign policy better than I could know in probably 5 lifetimes, but I'm just saying. This election, President's Day, Monday. Go back and watch Monday's show. President's Day was Monday. Understand, you are choosing. It's a choice between your freedom and your oppression. It is. Women know this better than anything. Because in all these southern states that were part of the Confederacy, they all have abortion bans. Here in South Carolina, 6-week abortion ban. Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas. Some of these states, they want to criminalize. Some of these states even have politicians here in South Carolina talking about that we should pass a law to where if a woman terminates a pregnancy, she could be charged with murder. Really? And why are you policing women's wombs? You're not going to police a man's. You ain't going to police his prostate or his testicles. So what are we doing here? So, in case you're wondering, what has President Biden done for black folks lately? Canceled another $1.2 billion in student loan debt. And he could have canceled more. And you would have the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed. You would have had because the civil rights, that act hasn't been renewed. Why? Because of the MAGA cult members. So you got to understand that this is intentional. Especially these MAGA cult members in the House. You even have President Biden say, yes, we need to do more to secure the southern border. And you even got some almost MAGA Republicans saying, okay, yes, let's go ahead and sign this legislation that President Biden said he would sign, that Democrats probably would normally never sign. But the MAGA cult members in the House of Representatives, nope. Because our Lord and Savior, Donald John, Jesus, Trump, Christ, our orange Jesus said, no, we can't do it. Because he doesn't want to help President Biden. Nah. Man, come on. These people are playing with you. They're playing with you. They're purposely blocking. Back in the day in the hood, they call it cock blocking. I'm sorry, my mother's watching. They are blocking and sabotaging just like they tried to do President Obama. Once he didn't get control, once the Democrats lost control of the House and the Senate because people didn't go out and vote in the midterms in 2010, there's too many folks, hey, we got a black president, party time, he's in, we made it. No, the work had just begun, but we didn't collectively, and not just African Americans, but just white people that supported President Obama, Hispanics, Asian Americans, people just were not politically savvy and smart enough to understand that once Barack Obama became president, that was just the beginning. And that was really the beginning. You had the Tea Party. And the Tea Party, they're just like the second cousin of this MAGA cult. It was all out of, oh my God, a black man in power. We can't have that symbol. All the races couldn't handle the symbol, the ultimate symbol of power politically. In the greatest nation in the world, the leader of the free world, a black man with a beautiful black wife and black family. Oh my God, that went against all the lies and the racism and the bigotry and the misogyny that they have been taught, passed down through their DNA, taught in their history books, and taught in their homes and schools and churches for centuries. Whoa, wait a minute. We can't let this happen. You got the Tea Party. But then you got Orange Jumpsuit Hitler, who started his political campaign with the whole racist. President Obama wasn't born, he was born in Kenya, he's not an American. That racist bullshit. Show me your birth certificate. Really? We doing that? You asked the President of the United States to show me your papers? You thought we were in Nazi Germany. Oh, I forgot. Oh, Orange Jumpsuit Hitler's dad is from Germany. And way back in I think it was the late 20s, early 30s, they had a big rally, Madison Square Garden or New York City. It's like a giant Klan rally. And they arrested some folks, and one of those folks was Donald Trump's dad. Because Trump was not the original surname. I think it was like Drumpf, D-R-U-M-P-F-T, something like that. Then they kind of changed it to Trump. Oh yeah, y'all didn't know that? Yeah, his dad's from, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. His dad is from Germany. So, and was of age, because you had, some say maybe millions, hundreds of thousands, at least hundreds of thousands of Nazi sympathizers and some Nazis here in America. You still got some here now. They just got through marching through downtown Nashville, Tennessee last weekend. So once again, you are voting or not voting. It's a choice between your freedom and your oppression. There's a 1,000-page blueprint, Project 2025, that will deport 1 million immigrants, another Muslim ban, to militarize local police. What does that mean? That means cities like Chicago and Detroit, the plan is to forget the local police. No, they ain't racist enough. We're going to send the U.S. military. We're going to send the Marines and Army Rangers to police the streets of Chicago and Detroit and Philly and Atlanta and Harlem and South Central L.A. and Houston and Dallas and New Orleans. Don't take my word for it. Google, just type in Project 2025. It'll take you right to the website, and you can download the PDF. But just make sure that your printer is full of paper, because it is a 1,000-page booklet, blueprint. You can download it in a PDF form. They're telling you that they want to take this country back to 1850, not 1950, 1850. that we basically want to recreate segregation legally. We want to recreate modern day Jim Crow laws. All right, and I'm going to beat this drum every day, or as my man Nelly would say, day. Because it's, listen, we are at a crossroads, and it is a choice between your freedom. Women have already, like I said, all these southern states, they have lost their reproductive freedom. Oh, but part of Project 2025 is they have like a national ban on abortions, on birth control pills, on the morning after pill, to criminalize terminating a pregnancy, having an abortion, putting women in jail. All right. Play around when you want to. Listening to Robert Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., and his own family, they're not even messing with him. They don't condone this because he does not have a snowball's chance in hell. He will never win. Professor Cornel West, who I have the utmost respect for, will never win, and he knows it. Because the way this game is set up, you've got to win enough states to get 270 electoral college votes. And there's only 2 people in this country today that's in a position to do that. That is our current president, Joe Biden, and orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler. It is that simple. Nikki Haley will not be the nominee. She is about to lose the state of South Carolina. The Republican primary is Saturday, this Saturday, and she is about to lose this Republican presidential primary in a state that she was the governor of, a state where she was born in a little city called Denmark, South Carolina, around a lot of black folks, with a dad who had to teach at the HBCU college in her hometown of Denmark, Voorhees College, because he was a brown man. Her parents are immigrants from Africa, and her father was too dark, which meant that none of these universities, none of the primarily white universities, would hire him in the late 60s. So he had a nearly 3-decade-long career as a professor at a HBCU. Black people supported Nikki Haley's family and put her dad in a position to take care of his family so she could get a good education. And then she got the nerve to say, oh, America's not racist. Well, you're about to find out how racist and sexist America is, ma'am, Nimrata, Nikki Haley. You're about to find out. They say, F around and find out. You are about to find out. And you can stick around and stay in the race as long as you want to. Because this same MAGA cult member that is racist, that hate black people, they don't like brown people. Whether they're brown people from across the southern border in Mexico, or brown people from the continent of Africa, or brown people that come from India or anywhere else. And those same MAGA cult members that are racist and anti-Semitic because they don't like Jewish people, they don't like Muslims, they don't even like Christians unless you believe in this white Christian nationalism that is not rooted in Christianity, the true principles of how God lived, how Jesus lived. Because y'all get twisted. You read in the Bible, read how did Jesus live? How did he live his life? Who was he a champion for? Who did he stand up for? Not the racists, not the people with power, the people that society casted out. He was criticized because he would be with those who were shunned by society. Come on, y'all, don't even get me started. Your freedom, your oppression. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you and especially you. Shout out to everybody watching me live. Hey, baby girl, At mother's house. All right, my baby sister's watching me. I appreciate that. Let me just see here. All right, I'm just trying to click something. Oh, that's all right. I love you, baby girl. We got to make sure. Just catch up with you. We'll talk this weekend for sure. Thank you for watching, everybody. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. in Charleston, South Carolina, or the Charleston, South Carolina Metro, where I'm at. If you're in Chicago, where my mama and my baby sister and my other sister are, comes on at 5:30. If you're out on the West Coast, where my firstborn daughter, Lauren Shiana Hill Vaughn, is, it is 3:30. That's when I come on live, Monday through Friday, unless it's a holiday. So subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Tell everybody you know to do the same. I will continue to grow my subscribers. I want to thank everybody. So I'm right at 600 new subscribers. So in 3 years, I went from 0 to 600. I now qualify to be a YouTube partner, but my goal is to get 50,000 new subscribers by the end of August, and I have 100,000 new subscribers by the end of this year, January 31st, 2024. So continue to help me out, spread the word. Take some clips from today's show, put it up on whatever your social media platform is. Create a YouTube short, grab a clip from the show, put it up there on social media right here on YouTube or any other platform. All right, everybody. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. Check him out on IG, on Instagram, him and his work. Kel be cutting up, KELBECUTTINUP, because Kel be cutting up. Allie Jones, she is I call her the drip director, the ultimate, the original. She is the official wardrobe consultant and fashion designer for the Geno Jones Show. You can check her and her collection out on Instagram, on IG, LX.NCL underscores that little dash at the bottom at the end of the last L. That's going to be on Instagram, on IG. So it's LX.NCL underscore, that little dash at the end of the last L at LX.NCL on IG or Instagram. I will see you live Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, thank you for watching, everybody. Be blessed.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.